Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be talking about interceptors, more specifically around Axios interceptors. So first, I'll give you a quick introduction on what exactly interceptors are, what are its different types and its quirks. So first, there are two types of interceptors basically, request and response. And interceptors are nothing but a way to intercept, basically to inject any information in your request or response when there is an outgoing or an incoming call, basically the HTTP call. Now here in this documentation, so this is the official documentation of Axios. They are showing like how to use interceptors, both the request and response, and it's pretty simple, but there is not like much information in terms of example. So today I'll be showing you that with a few examples how you can implement it, and what can be the different use cases. So first I'll just give you some use cases where exactly these interceptors can be used, because as a middleware this can be utilized in multiple ways, and to improve the efficiency of your HTTP request and both your like response. So first, it can be a global error handling mechanism, then adding any dynamic values within your headers, then request transformation. So whenever you are sending an HTTP request to a server, if you need to manipulate something within your headers or your body, you can definitely use these interceptors. And mocking responses, and whenever you want to intercept some errors while you receive any response, in that terms also you can use this middlewares more efficiently. So these are some like use cases, more generic one. So this is just like a basic idea on what exactly interceptors are, and I'll quickly move to the demonstration part or the code samples which I have curated for you guys, so you can get more information on that. So also I'll link this in the description if you want more information on this. So I'll just move to the code. So this is my Axios file, and this is how I'm requiring. So pretty simple. So first, how you are using the request interceptor. So it is basically a middleware only. So whenever you come across such an syntax, right? So this is basically a get request where I'm using this JSON placeholder API, and I'm trying to fetch a post, and I'm just logging the response here. But what if I want to inject something in the headers? Because as you can see, there are no headers for this response as of now. But what if I want to add any header like content type JSON, etc. So here you can definitely use this syntax, because it is a request interceptor, and you can dynamically inject that in this request itself. So this is like a basic example of how you can implement a request interceptor using Axios. Now moving on to the response part. So response is also like pretty straightforward and exactly same as the request part, but in this case the response received from a server or an API call that you have requested for, you can intercept that before even like reaching it to the front end or the part where you require that. And you can manipulate data or whatever your specific requirements are. So for now I have just console logged, but you can do basically anything based on your requirement and return the response. Same with the request also. So this was a sample code for response. I'll just show you one for I think request. So this is the request. So this example basically is injecting headers or intercepting headers and adding authorization as a parameter or a key, and this can be whatever you prefer, like an API key or a token or whatever, and returning that config. So it can be anything. It can be also like a request, sorry, something like this, and you can just return this uh, request. So whenever or every time you make like a get call or post call with request interceptor, the header would be injecting authorization token or whatever key that you're adding into the request parameters, that is within the headers. So this is like a simple example. Within this also you can do quite a lot of things based on your requirement, and at the end you just need to return that request. So these are like few examples. This one is for like a request where I'm just injecting authorization, and think this one is for response. So best possible use case for response can be manipulating the incoming data, what or the response that you have received from an API, and possibly error handling as well. So like these are some use cases. I'll definitely link the code samples in a gist link, and you can refer this, or you can also like Google it. It's available with many online resources, so you can definitely refer this and the official documentation. And also one of the good approach that I recommend is, instead of using this Axios from directly, I recommend using the instance method that Axios provides. So you can do something like this: Axios create, and it will be like creating an instance of Axios. And now you just don't need to use Axios everywhere, like from where you're actually requiring. You can just use this HTTP instance to every Axios query that you're doing. So it can be for both your response as well as the request interceptor. So this way the code becomes quite efficient, and you can avoid confusions within the code itself. So an instance is something like you can definitely leverage that Axios provides and utilize its functionality. So I think probably see for instance as well. You can definitely check the Axios doc. You will get the instance method as well, so you can refer this. I'll link few documentation in the description for the instance implementation with Axios interceptors. So yeah, this was it for this video, guys. It was a pretty brief and uh, short video on the topic of interceptors. If you have any questions, concerns, or queries, you can comment down below. And if you want more information on this, on how you can implement an interceptor with the basic um uh, fetch library that Node provides, or JavaScript provides, like the native JavaScript fetch library, you can comment down below. I'll try to implement that as well and put it in a video. So yes, I think that's it for this video, guys. You can reach out to me in the comments, and I'll try to help you out with any possible questions that come up. So yeah, that's it, and thanks for watching this video, guys.